Hi, friends. Welcome once again. So, we're still continuing with the business model. At this point, we'll be looking at business model in a digital ecosystem. Okay. So, you realize that digitization has become the norm today. Like I said previously, COVID has exposed the need for automation, for digital transformation. Okay. So, in the past, and digitization just did not start recently, it's been in the past and it will continue into the future. We will soon see much more challenging technological advancements, which will knock off guys who cannot stand the test of time. One key element we've seen in the past is the evolution of smartphones. Look at how it has knocked off these analog phones and now they are all smart, okay, digital. So always there's one key element which comes up, which is the digital disruption, okay, or disruptive technology. So it may sound a negative terminology, but it's actually a positive and challenging word. So more or less, digital disruption is talking of where you find people coming to the marketplace, bringing about changes using IT, leveraging on technology. Okay, in that case, what they do is that they change the status quo, what is prevailing at the time. They will try to change it. A typical example is that of Uber. Okay, so sometime in 2009, Uber was set up in San Francisco, California state, sometime, and their main competitors was the yellow cab. So the idea was that you don't need to take that pains to call a cab company. There's a customer service who guide you and direct you. Just use a phone app. Easily look for a hide cab. It comes, picks you up. You pay using your smartphone application. You don't need to pay cash. It saves you the risk of carrying cash. And it also makes things very fast. Today, Uber has more than market capitalization of $60 billion. That's a lot of money, right? More than 60 billion in terms of market capitalization over the past. Whereas their main competitor, which was the yellow cab, had actually filed for bankruptcy. Today, Uber has even expanded using the Uber Eats app. Okay, so they are now moving into various areas using technology, linking up with the food chains. So this is what is happening currently in our times. So it always helps. There are three main positives in terms that come with digital disruption. It can be very challenging, but it helps the business grow sometimes organically. It also helps in evolving and improving the workplace ethos or status. So you are always challenged to move ahead to compete. Okay, it also helps to drive customer satisfaction, increasing customer satisfaction. Currently, today, what we've seen or what we've been hearing um, in our system as finance experts is a fintech, financial technology, and I'm sure you might have all heard of it. Okay, so given this introduction, I'm just jumping straight into the remaining part of the discussion. I want to repeat this is based on chapter 3 of our E3, okay, the CIMA official text E3 by Kaplan, Managing Performance, chapter 3. So the whole discussion will be centered. Again, it's a summary. It is in your best interest to read everything on your own, to look at expanded text and everything. Okay. So let's look at business models and how it works in a digital ecosystem. Financial technology, we've heard of it. So fintech is working vastly in our world, in our area of finance and accounting. It is helping with mortgage management, loans, banking services, investment advice, transfer of money globally. Okay, today you sit behind your laptop or behind your phone and you're able to check your credit score, whether you can qualify for a mortgage or for a loan. It helps. Fintech has made this very easy. Banking services, you can easily check your account, download your bank statement. You don't need to go to the bank physically to join a queue. Gone were the days. Okay. So what are the advantages? Fintech, it is working throughout now. It is covering the whole of the globe. Okay. The many advantages is that it makes better use of data. Okay, it also helps in improving customer experiences. So you tend to get a reliable, flexible customer experience. I sit behind my PC or take my phone and easily I can download my bank statement. It gives you more personalized product. Okay, so again, if you use the banking service and you want a specific loan for personal loan, a car loan, you can tailor those needs to yourself and check whether you qualify and again apply for it. No need for you to go and join a queue physically to pick a car to drive to the physical presence. Okay, and it also allows or provides cheap access to capital growth. So you can easily arrange your loan, your mortgage, your capital online, and it makes life easy. Okay, so on and so forth. So we'll leave it here as we go on. It gives us so much frictionless customer experience, access to cheap capital growth to fund your company, to let your company grow. Okay, and it provides zero, makes use of zero inconveniences. Sometimes it depends, since inconveniences can be relative. Some people even find this technology to be an inconvenience, especially if you are not keeping up to speed. Okay. But again, there are some myths, erroneous ideas that are associated with these particular technological advancement disruptions. Okay. So much detail is in the text. I will leave that one for you to look at it. Okay. So digital disruption survival. How have people survived over the time? Okay. We have the internet of me, not the internet of things. Okay. Where users are placed at the center of digital experience through apps. Okay. So you can always look out for apps. Today you find it on Android, the Google Play Store, Apple Store. So you're able to identify specific apps that will satisfy your needs. Okay, so that's more like customizing, personalizing it. Outcome economy organizations, and they measure the outcomes of the services they deliver. So you can easily identify who is patronizing your goods and services. The platform itself it provides some kind of challenging environment. It depends where you stand. If you are the one who loves it, who loves innovations, who loves to see creativity and development advancing. So the platform itself is giving us cloud platforms, save your items, no need for you to hold a hard disk, gone with the days. Save it on your iDrive. Okay, quicker innovation, quicker delivery of services and output. And again, it also allows for intelligent enterprise where we use data in a way to become more innovative, more operationally effective, and to be able to achieve our objectives. Effectiveness. Okay. And then again, workforce will always be reimagined. Smart machines, AIs. We see people now losing their jobs and AI is taking over. Gone were the days where you would go to a fuel station and you see an attendant who would attend to you. Well, it even happens in our days now, especially in the emerging markets. Okay, go to Africa, you will mostly find fuel attendants there. But if you come to this part of the world, you don't need a fuel attendant. You go in and do it. And I'm sure a time will come where this will even evolve more. It will even evolve more. And the payment, the patronizing of some of these services will be done by automated systems. The question is, would that cause more people to lose their jobs? It's questionable. Yes, people could lose their jobs if they don't want to upgrade themselves, but it also gives a platform for people to also access other areas of work. Okay, in terms of developing yourself, meeting because these AIs, this IT stuff is actually programmed by someone. So today we have hackers who hack into your account and tell you all sorts of crazy stuff because they are able to access your information and want to dupe you. We also have ethical hackers where the organizations will use them to see where can we improve these loopholes. Okay. But again, what I'm saying is that the digital disruption is challenging, but it also gives you the leverage, the platform for you to also improve, to catch up with speed. Okay. The fact that you are using the old traditional mean of surviving or doing your work doesn't mean you are archaic. No. There are still guys who use the old system. Look at Airbnb. They use their traditional approach, though with some technology, and they still survive the test of time. the 5-star hotels and the 10-star hotel, whatever we call them, have not been able to knock out the Airbnbs because they are able to locate themselves in remote areas where it will be difficult for you to set up a hotel. So the traditional means helps, okay, and the digital age is also helping. In both cases, we must always adapt, okay. So digital transformation needs leadership, a leadership style that will help us drive this digital transformation. If we don't get some leader who buys into these ideas, it will actually be quite difficult for us to move ahead. So we'll be looking at these capabilities, okay, that leaders must have in terms of digital transformation, and it helps us to drive. So a number of them, I think over here we've cited about four, but of course you can get more than 6 or 7. Okay, so we have the inspirational leader. He's more than a normal leader. He's moving you, fast change, larger scale. He's looking at ahead. Okay, visionary, motivating you. Okay, and then we also have the competitive mindset. They are not just inspiring you and motivating you. They will also persuade you to change your mindset. So they are not like those guys of leaders who say, if you cannot adapt, leave. Some people use the term, if the kitchen is too hot, you can leave. Okay, but these ones will not do that. They try to talk you out. Okay, try to support you with all the needed um, the needed resources so that you can develop yourself, change your mindset to adapt to the objectives, the vision of the company, the strategy of the company. Again, we need executive leaders who drive change in the longer term. So they establish a strategic direction. They themselves take the lead, leadership by example. They plan and they move along, and the rest of the followers will also move along. Okay, and we also need executive leaders during this digital age where they will influence external parties. So work with the shareholders, with the banks, okay? Let them understand that this is what you're creating. They should help you. They should buy into it. Convince your suppliers, okay? Go to the labor market. Try to get some good caliber of employees who will come in to support with their human capital, okay? And they should also be leaders who will invest in technological increase in technological systems that will increase shareholders' wealth. So we need these leaders. Also, we need to get a leader who can collaborate. Okay, don't work alone. Team working is very important. So we need to always collaborate with the widest ecosystem. So you looking at can I work? Even sometimes you need to work a digital disruptor to see if you can move in line. Uber Eats doesn't work on its own. I'm sure the restaurant, the food chains, the Domino's and McDonald's and KFC's, they decided to work with them. So collaboration, leadership will always have this particular skill and ability. So collaboration is very key, and also having a sound business judgment. Don't just be critical, accept criticisms as well. So you must always look ahead and try to see, where do I need to put this business? What am I looking at? So a sound business judgment that will help the business to grow significantly is also key. And execution. Once you have put together all these plans and processes together, do we have the human capital to implement it? Do we have the machinery, the equipment, the infrastructure to implement? So the leader should also have this particular element of execution, how to implement. There are some leaders who are really, really good in terms of planning, but implementation is different. I had a very excellent lecturer back in my undergraduate studies where he was just excellent in terms of delivery. But one day we asked him a question: if you are too good in this political economy of our country, why don't you find yourself in politics and help to implement this? And he said one thing. He said there are those who have that mindset to teach and to lecture on paper, and there are those who have the mindset to implement. Okay, so we have leaders who have it just on paper, and we have those who can implement. It is always better to match the two. Can I implement? Okay, that is also very good. And then finally, we can talk of leaders who build talent. Don't just knock out guys who are not keeping up with technological changes, with innovation. Build talent, okay? Groom them. Let's have some succession planning so that once the CFO leaves the scene, anything happens. Human beings today, we are on the stage, tomorrow we disappear. So there is always an element of perform your part, leave the stage. Okay. So if it goes, who can succeed? Okay. Do we have any succession planning? Any staff who can demonstrate the role to step in once anything happens? Okay. And of course, we need to groom them, build their core competencies. Okay. Strategies that we need to implement during this digital age. Okay. Companies, you must always accept that their old business systems may not work. So we need to adopt a digital strategy. Things change. And we cannot get stuck to the old ways of doing things. Today, Samsung and Apple, these guys are like matching head to head. They always see that something could happen in the near period, in the near future. There could be some digital transformation. So they think ahead. Business judgment as one of the leadership roles, abilities under digital transformation. And they try to work ahead. I remember I listened to an interview by the Microsoft owner, Bill Gates, who said that he has IT guys who think ahead 10 years of time. So they look at in 10 years, what will people need? And they already have the infrastructure laid down. So before 10 years comes, they have produced a Microsoft Pro X for you to use. Okay. They already developed some gadgets. Today we are no longer using the earphones. Is it earphones or yeah, the earphones, the thread one. Today we are using earbuds live, okay, with Bluetooth. Though sometimes when your phone is far away, you cannot connect. Soon you will realize that the time will come that even you can leave your phone back home in your house, travel like 100 kilometers, and it will still connect. Okay, that's what is happening. So we need a world economic transformation in terms of looking ahead and then adjusting as a company. Okay. So we need to change, we need to develop. And if we want to develop and make our business adapt to these particular strategies and to catch up with technological advancement, there are a combination of approaches we are asked to use. Five. Okay. You can use any of them, or you can use each one of them. You can combine them. Okay. So we have build. Build is more or less like organic growth. You do it on your own. So you build your business, try to catch up with technology. Samsung was not in the picture, but they have built that business model over time. Today, they are providing one of the best values to the world. Organic growth, build it. Okay, people start from scratch. Look at Amazon. He started from his garage. Today, he has built this business with ecosystems, with models that provide so much value to the system. Again, you can buy if you think you cannot build. So merge with somebody, okay? Business combination. So there's some mergers and acquisitions always taking place today. Today, you see Cengage trying to merge with McGraw Hill to provide better quality educational values, okay? You will see what is this? MGM, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, merging with is it Amazon Prime or something? They just want to give you some value. Okay, can you imagine if Netflix merges with Prime Video, or Netflix merges with HBO Max? You can see the kind of value they provide. Partnership is also important. If you think there's a digital disruptor who is gonna give you a headache in the market, you can partner with him. It's more or less like a merging and acquisition. The buying with the buy, you just take over. But partnership can be a partnership or a joint ventureship. So you will see that Domino's has merged with Uber and they provide a value. One person has not bought the other. They are all distinct. Or KFC is partnering with Uber. So we have Uber Eats. You order and then they bring it to you. And then they share some commission on it. Okay. Again, you should also investing in startups to connect and use new capabilities. So not even with startups only, you can also invest in advanced technologies so that your company would always be ahead, okay, to always um, stand the test of time. And then again, we have incubating or acceleration. So for incubating, we are simply talking of investing in deploying corporate internal activities. You know, incubation, like a chicken lays an egg and you incubate it in-house. It hatches a chicken and you raise it. Okay, so it is more or less like building the talent within. So you invest in infrastructure, resources within the company That will help you to internally build. Okay, you so look at your strengths within, capitalize on any opportunities outside, and use it to build up your business. It also has some link with organic growth with the build. Okay, so you see a couple of companies who combine some of these strategies strategies. So you can see someone having a build and incubate because they work together. Someone using buy and partnership, they work together. Someone even using build, invest, and incubate, they work together. Okay, so a combination of this always helps you to get one leg ahead of your competition, or you can even easily capitalize on one depending on the infrastructure, the resources you have. Okay, let's wrap up as we move on. So digital operating models, there's a number of them. So the World Economic Forum has suggested 5 successful digital operating models. Okay, so the first one we have is customer centric, extra frugal, data powered, and then we have Skynet. You know, Skynet, for those of you who watch movies, Skynet from Terminator movies where they talk of machines. Skynet has crashed. Okay, so we look at that one, and then we also have the open and liquid. Okay, so what is customer centric? So we're talking of make the customer's life easy. Concentrate more on building the lives of the customer, giving him more value. So in this case, you are more or less like looking at the customer as your target. Okay, as your target. There's one element I really want to highlight, but I don't have it handy. But we'll discuss that more in class. So it works best. Customer centric model works best where the culture puts the customer first. We always say the customer is your number one priority. So always try to provide them with the best services. An example has been given as Argos. They place customer first. And because of that, you see them always having an upper hand or leading the role in terms of customer service satisfaction and value being created for customers. Okay, so customer centric, focus more on the customer. Okay, customer centric, focus more on the customer. All right, then we have the extra frugality. Frugal is like avoiding a waste, being economical. Okay, it's like thriftiness. Okay, you want to save, so it's based on the culture of less is more. Save, cut down on cost. Okay, cut down on cost. um Sometimes it may end up in some negative consequences. You want to take off staff. Okay, Michelin produce use this particular model where what they did was that they optimized manufacturing, supply, and support processes. They provided high quality at a lower cost. Another example we can cite is that of Tesco. Tesco, prior to 2019 or 22, prior to 2019, 5 years prior to 2019, were making losses throughout until they bought the major supplier that provides them with the with all the resources, and they start making profits. Okay, so be extra frugal, cut down on cost, be thrifty, be economical, save, and see what will happen. Produce, but don't compromise on quality. Okay, so that's where the tricky situation comes in. Sometimes, if you don't invest so much, you end up losing. So you are always tempted to spend more, but not. It is not always true that you spend more, you actually end up producing quality, but high quality at a low cost. Then we have the data powered. So data powered using software intelligence and analytics. And we are talking of Google. Today, everybody thinks of Google. If you need anything, they said Google it. Hardly would they say Bing it or any website you can think of. Okay. So Google is taking software intelligence. Everybody wants to upload. If you go online, you need information about Richard Kojoteya. You type, you say Google it, and you find something popping up because they've networked their software intelligence system to almost all operating systems across the world. Netflix is relying heavily on data, bringing out movies and cashing in so much. Okay, so it is very important. Use innovative systems, data powered to move on. And the Skynet, like I said, based on the Terminator movie, making good use of machinery. to produce so much value for the world. Okay, create productivity, be flexible. Amazon is one, using so much equipment. Rio Tino is also given, and we have this is all based on the fact that these companies leverage on automation. Okay, now we have open and liquid. This one looks outward with the idea of creating value, okay, and also ensuring that you have an ecosystem that will help you meet this value proposition to the customer. So it is open and it is liquid. So open in the sense that it accepts other guys from the ecosystem where they work together, like creating a shared value system with the aim of creating a value proposition that will meet the customer's needs. Okay. So the aim here is sharing, like I said, sharing, built around sharing customers, all networks within, all processes in this kind, and bring them together. Facebook is one. Today, Facebook has a Facebook market, and it has some networks with other videos, with links, subscriptions, live videos, run. Okay. That's how it all works. Okay. With open and liquid, at the end of the day, your intention is meant to increase customer value. Okay. There is an example in the book. Okay. Um, if you take the 2020 edition of the Kaplan text, you find it in page 87. You find it in page 87. But if you take the current edition, you'll find it actually under page, yes, page 90. The current edition of 2021 edition, you find it in page 90. But the details, the content is the same. Okay, so you have a picture of it here, and it's expected if you can try this. Okay, the solution is saying you can refer to the solution once you've taken a good try to the question. Okay, so once again, it's a summary of all that we are looking at. Okay, please, when you go through the text, you'll find more information in terms of how a workforce could survive with digital skills. Okay, examples are given. Okay, and then we're talking of bringing leadership to the digital age and how we can foster a digital culture within the workplace. And again, how we can integrate our workforce within this digital transformation system. Digitization works. It's not the end of everything, but it's good to leverage on digitization. Okay. All right, friends, good to see you, and I'll see you again. Bye for now.